Do not waste mornings. Every morning, when you open your eyes, the world quietly asks you a question. Who are you choosing to be today? Most people never hear it because they rush to their phones, drown in noise, and start chasing things that don't even matter to their soul. But if you slow down, if you breathe for just a moment before the chaos begins, you can hear it, that whisper from within asking you to remember what really matters. Your morning is not just another routine, it's the mirror of your mind. It reflects your priorities, your discipline, and your belief in yourself. Think about it, how you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up frustrated, unfocused, scrolling through other people's lives, you've already given your power away. But if you wake up with intention, with gratitude, with the smallest act of purpose, you start telling your mind, I'm in charge. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to show up for yourself in those first few moments. That's where strength begins, not in the loud victories, but in the quiet choices you make when no one's watching. The morning is sacred. It's your time to align with who you want to be before the world tells you who you should be. It's not about perfection. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m. or following someone else's blueprint. It's about giving yourself permission to start with clarity. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's sitting in silence. Maybe it's taking a walk while the sun rises. Whatever it is, those minutes belong to you, and how you spend them tells the universe how serious you are about your future. Your mind, like a mirror, reflects what you feed it. If you feed it chaos in the morning, you'll see confusion in your day. But if you feed it calm, focus, and faith, you'll see opportunity everywhere. You'll respond instead of react. You'll create instead of complain. The energy you pour into those first minutes doesn't disappear. It multiplies. It ripples through your actions, through your attitude, through every word you speak. So don't waste your mornings scrolling, worrying, or doubting. Use them to build yourself, to remind yourself that you are still becoming. Every sunrise is an invitation to begin again, to reset your mind, your energy, and your belief in what's possible. Don't let it slip away unnoticed. You owe it to yourself to stand before the mirror of your mind and say, today, I will show up with purpose. Because when you master your mornings, you don't just change your day, you begin to change your life. Energy, that's where it all begins. The energy you choose to start your morning with becomes the rhythm of your entire day. Most people wake up reacting to alarms, to responsibilities, to stress, and they wonder why everything feels heavy. But the truth is, your day doesn't start when you open your eyes. It starts when you decide what kind of energy you want to live in. That decision, that quiet moment before the world wakes up, holds more power than anything else you'll do. You've felt it before. Those mornings when everything feels off, when you're rushing, frustrated, running late, already tired before the day begins. It's not because the day is against you. It's because you haven't set your energy. You haven't claimed your vibration. Every day is like a blank canvas, and your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, they're the first strokes of paint. If you start your day with doubt and distraction, you paint chaos. But if you start with gratitude, focus, and presence, you paint peace. And peace is powerful. The morning is your chance to connect with that power, to align your thoughts with where you want to go, not where you've been. It doesn't take much, just 5 quiet minutes to breathe, to visualize the kind of person you want to be today. To say, this is the energy I choose. When you do that, life meets you where you are. It reflects back the same energy you give. You start attracting calm instead of conflict, clarity instead of confusion, opportunities instead of obstacles. Because you've shifted from reaction to creation, and that's the secret, your energy creates your reality. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you meet it. When you wake up with presence, when you move with intention, you start shaping the world instead of letting it shape you. The morning gives you that choice every single day. to be a victim of the day or the author of it. So, before you pick up your phone, before you open your emails or let the noise in, take a second to feel your breath, to feel the life moving through you. That's your reminder that you're alive, that you still have power, that you still get to choose. The energy you start with doesn't just stay with you, it spreads. It touches the people you meet, the decisions you make, the way you see everything around you. Don't let your mornings slip into autopilot. They're too sacred for that. Protect your energy like it's the foundation of your dreams, because it is. Set it, shape it, honor it. The day will always rise to meet the energy you bring. So start your morning with intention and watch the world respond in ways you never imagined. Discipline, that's the bridge between who you are and who you could become. Everyone wants freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of peace, freedom to live life on their terms. But most people never realize that freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want. It comes from building the habits that make you stronger than your excuses. Discipline isn't punishment, it's the purest form of self-love. It's saying, I care about my future enough to do what's hard right now. The morning is where that discipline is born. It's where you prove to yourself that you mean what you say, because no one's watching when that alarm goes off. No one's there to clap for you when you get up and move, when you sit in silence, when you choose focus over comfort. Those moments don't get applause, they get results. Every time you show up in the morning, you're building a quiet kind of strength that doesn't shout, but it never breaks. It's easy to underestimate how powerful small choices are. Hitting snooze feels harmless. Skipping your routine feels like no big deal. But those little decisions add up, and they build your story. Every morning you choose to push through. You're rewriting that story. You're telling your mind, I am capable, I am consistent, I am in control. That repetition rewires your entire life. Because discipline doesn't just make your mornings better, it makes you better, and here's the beauty of it. The discipline you practice in the morning gives you freedom at night. Freedom from guilt, freedom from regret, freedom from that heavy voice that says you could have done more. You sleep better because you know you showed up for yourself. You walk through the day with peace because you know you've done what you said you would. That's the real reward, not perfection, progress, not control, confidence. Discipline is not about denying yourself joy. It's about creating the space for joy to grow without chaos choking it. When you have structure, when you have consistency, you start to see possibilities where there used to be excuses. You start to realize you don't need motivation every morning. You need momentum. You build it through effort, through showing up, through proving to yourself that you can trust your own word. So when that voice in your head says, just 5 more minutes, remember, comfort won't build your future. Every time you choose to rise, you're choosing freedom. Every time you stay consistent, you're choosing power. The discipline you build today is the foundation for the freedom you'll live tomorrow. Because in the end, it's not the morning you conquer, it's yourself. Comfort is one of the most seductive traps in life. It feels safe, it feels warm, it feels deserved, but it's also the quietest kind of prison. It doesn't hold you down with chains, it holds you with softness. It convinces you that you're fine where you are, that you can always start tomorrow, that there's no rush to chase what's calling you. But every time you choose comfort in the morning, you trade a little piece of your potential for temporary ease. And the truth is, that trade never pays off. Mornings are the testing ground for your will. When that alarm rings and your body begs you to stay where it's warm, that's not just fatigue, that's resistance. That's the part of you that fears change, fears growth, fears the unknown, and the only way to silence it isn't through motivation or hype. It's through action. You move, you rise, you prove to yourself that your comfort zone doesn't control you. You control it. That small decision, made before the world even wakes, sends a powerful message to your mind. I am stronger than my excuses. It's easy to stay comfortable. Everyone does it. But comfort doesn't build character. Struggle does. Comfort doesn't teach you who you are, challenge does. Every person you've ever admired, every story that inspired you, was built on the other side of discomfort. They didn't wake up feeling ready, they woke up and acted anyway. That's the difference. That's the line between wishing for a better life and working for one. There's a reason the morning feels hard, because it's meant to be. It's the moment where the old version of you fights for control, and the new one is trying to be born. The warmth of your bed, the quiet excuses, the thought of just a few more minutes, those are the whispers of the old you trying to survive. But if you can overcome that tiny moment of resistance, if you can step into the cold, into the effort, into the day, you win something far greater than comfort. You win respect for yourself. Discomfort is where transformation begins. It's where discipline turns into freedom and effort turns into peace. The morning doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present, to rise when it's hard, to move when it's inconvenient, to act when you don't feel like it, because if you only move when it's easy, you'll never move far. So the next time you feel that pull to stay where it's safe, remember, comfort never created greatness. Growth lives in the stretch, not the stillness. Choose to rise even when it's hard. Choose to start even when it's uncomfortable. Because one day, you'll look back and realize the moments you wanted to rest were the moments that built your strength. Before the noise of the world rushes in, before messages, emails, and responsibilities start pulling you in 100 directions, there's a sacred space that exists in the morning. It's quiet, it's simple, and it's yours. In that silence, before you become who everyone else needs you to be, you get to meet yourself. Not the version that's chasing deadlines or wearing masks, but the one that exists underneath all of it. The real you, the you that dreams, that feels, that still believes something greater is waiting. Most people skip that meeting. They trade it for screens, for distractions, for other people's lives. But the truth is, the most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself before the world wakes up. Because in that stillness, you can hear things you miss in the noise. Your intuition, your clarity, your truth. The world won't always give you time to think, to breathe, to align, but the morning will. It's an invitation to pause and remember why you started in the first place. When you spend time with yourself in the morning, you begin to build a relationship with your own soul. You start understanding what you really need instead of what the world tells you to chase. That's where self-respect grows. That's where peace begins. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You start designing your life instead of just surviving it. Because when you know who you are, it's easier to know where you're going. The morning is a mirror. It reflects the truth of what you value. Do you wake up and pour your energy into chaos? Or do you use those moments to ground yourself? You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't inspire others if you've forgotten how to inspire yourself. Those early hours are your refill, your recharge, your chance to breathe life back into your purpose. It's not selfish to take that time, it's necessary. And here's what's beautiful about it. When you meet yourself in the morning, you start showing up differently for the rest of the day. You're calmer, clearer, more present. You listen better, you love deeper, you move with intention instead of impulse. That's not an accident, that's alignment. That's what happens when your mind, your heart, and your actions are moving in the same direction. So when the world feels too loud, when life feels too fast, remember that every morning gives you a doorway back to yourself. Don't ignore it, step through it, sit with your thoughts, listen to your heart. Let your silence remind you that you are not lost, you're just learning to hear yourself again. Because the morning isn't just where the day begins, it's where you begin. Owning your morning is one of the most powerful decisions you can make, because it's the moment you take control of your life before the world tries to. The truth is, the morning isn't just a time of day, it's a declaration. It's you saying, I choose to lead my life instead of letting life lead me. Most people drift through their mornings half awake, reacting to whatever comes next. But the ones who rise with purpose, who treat those early hours like sacred ground, they're not just starting their day, they're building their future. Every morning gives you a chance to reset, to rewrite the story you're living. You can wake up as the same person you were yesterday, carrying the same doubts, the same habits, the same pain. Or you can wake up as someone new, someone determined to move closer to the life they know they're capable of living. That choice is yours, it's always been yours, but you have to claim it. You have to decide that your mornings won't be wasted on autopilot, that your energy is too precious to be spent on meaningless noise. Owning your morning doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean having every minute planned or every goal achieved. It means showing up consciously, consistently, and completely. It means looking yourself in the mirror and saying, "I'm not waiting for the right moment. I'm creating it." Because when you start your day with that kind of intention, the rest of the world feels it. Your energy shifts, your presence strengthens, you stop reacting to life and start directing it. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you motivation or discipline or clarity. Those things are built in the quiet of your mornings, when no one's watching, when it's just you and the decision to rise. Every time you choose effort over ease, focus over distraction, purpose over comfort, you're proving to yourself that you can be trusted, that you can rely on your own word. And that's what builds real confidence, not what you say, but what you do when it's hardest to do it. The ones who own their mornings don't just win their days, they change their lives. They walk through the world with a different light in their eyes, a quiet kind of strength that doesn't need to be loud. Because they know they've already faced the hardest battle, the one against their own excuses. So when the sun rises tomorrow, don't let it pass you by. Meet it, own it, step into it with purpose. Because the day doesn't begin when the clock says it does. It begins the moment you decide to. Owning your morning is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. Because it's the moment you take control of your life before the world tries to. The truth is, the morning isn't just a time of day, it's a declaration. It's you saying, "I choose to lead my life instead of letting life lead me." Most people drift through their mornings half awake, reacting to whatever comes next. But the ones who rise with purpose, who treat those early hours like sacred ground, they're not just starting their day, they're building their future. Every morning gives you a chance to reset, to rewrite the story you're living. You can wake up as the same person you were yesterday, carrying the same doubts, the same habits, the same pain. Or you can wake up as someone new, someone determined to move closer to the life they know they're capable of living. That choice is yours, it's always been yours, but you have to claim it. You have to decide that your mornings won't be wasted on autopilot, that your energy is too precious to be spent on meaningless noise. Owning your morning doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean having every minute planned or every goal achieved. It means showing up consciously, consistently, and completely. It means looking yourself in the mirror and saying, "I'm not waiting for the right moment. I'm creating it." Because when you start your day with that kind of intention, the rest of the world feels it. Your energy shifts, your presence strengthens, you stop reacting to life and start directing it. The truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you motivation or discipline or clarity. Those things are built in the quiet of your mornings, when no one's watching, when it's just you and the decision to rise. Every time you choose effort over ease, focus over distraction, purpose over comfort, you're proving to yourself that you can be trusted, that you can rely on your own word. And that's what builds real confidence, not what you say, but what you do when it's hardest to do it. The ones who own their mornings don't just win their days, they change their lives. They walk through the world with a different light in their eyes, a quiet kind of strength that doesn't need to be loud. Because they know they've already faced the hardest battle, the one against their own excuses. So when the sun rises tomorrow, Don't let it pass you by. Meet it, own it, step into it with purpose, because the day doesn't begin when the clock says it does. It begins the moment you decide to.